back home in San Diego. The Padres return from a 6-game road trip, limped a bit home. They're ready to muscle up against the Philadelphia Phillies tonight at Petco Park as we open a 7-game homestand 4 against the Phillies over the weekend. Phil's the winningest team in all of baseball last year, 102 victories against the San Diego Padres. And good evening, everyone. Along with Mark Grant, Dick Henberg, we're pleased that you've joined us. We're pleased to be back home. And the Padres looking for that elusive win, and the schedule maker didn't make it very easy on them. And Joe Whelan, the 22-year-old, will get the start tonight.
Act 2 for Joe Whelan, and in the first outing for Joe Whelan at Dodger Stadium, he faced some pretty tough company. This pitch you're going to see, 0-2 mistake to Matt Kemp. You cannot do that, but the bright side, after the jelly legs were gone and nervous, thank goodness for Darren Balsley, Bud Black, and also Nick Hundley, Joe Whelan had a tendency to settle down. He retired the last 7 he faced. Better 0-2 pitches tonight. Let's see if Joe Whelan can make the adjustment.
And he's trying to break a string of 11 straight wins by the Phils here at Petco, but they're without 2 big left-handed bats, Howard and Utley. Between them, 474 home runs. So Whelan will not have to face that kind of omnipotent power.
A lot of production that Charlie Manuel is trying to find in the lineup with other Philadelphia Phillies. Other players are going to have to pick up the slack. Does that put added pressure on those Phillies? Well, if it does, it definitely weighs towards the side of Joe Whelan in his second start tonight.
Well, on the road trip, the Padres found some power source. Third baseman Chase Utley, 3 home runs. Let's see if he can transfer the long ball to Petco Park. We're ready for Game 1 of the 4-game series. The Padres and Phils coming up. And we're ready to go at Petco Park on college night, and a young right-hander that almost matriculated at San Diego State, but signed a professional baseball contract instead. Joe Whelan will be on the mound, the 22-year-old. Meanwhile, Bud Black, there's Charlie Manuel, who's the winningest skipper in Phillies history, past Gene Mauch last year. Now in his 8th season with the Phils, and most every year they're in the playoffs. And here's their lineup, restructured because of the injuries to Howard and Utley. It's Juan Pierre, Polanco, a career 300 hitter. Jimmy Rollins hits third. Hunter Pence is the cleanup hitter. Shane Victorino, once a Padre. John Mayberry bats 6th. Carlos Ruiz behind the plate hits 7th. Freddie Galvis, 22-year-old second baseman, and Vance Worley, a 24-year-old on the mound. Other than the last 2 men in the order, Galvis and Worley, it's a veteran team. Almost everyone on the lineup 30 years or more. And we're underway. Joe Whelan, 6'3" and 200 to Juan Pierre. 9 for 30, hitting 300 at the start of the year. 1 ball and 1 strike, picked up as a free agent. Pierre's had quite a career. 331 hitter with runners in scoring position, a lifetime hitter of 296, as you see Hunter Wendelstedt, the son of Harry, behind the plate. Bellino, Lane, and Davidson covering the bases. 2 balls and a strike. Whelan working on Juan Pierre. 3-1. Bud Black before the game tonight. He never expresses displeasure in any demonstrative way. He just says it. But bases on balls are bothering him. And that's how it starts tonight. Pierre works Whelan for a walk. And he's a big base stealer. Here's the defense for San Diego. Venable moves to left. Maven in center, and Hermita the right fielder. Headley and Bartlett, Hudson and Alonso on the infield. With John Baker getting the start behind the plate, giving Nick Hundley a night off. Nothing wrong with Hundley. It's just a matter of Bud wanted to get Baker into a game. There's Hermita in right field. And had he started Hundley, even though Hundley with a hot bat, it would have meant that he had to start again tomorrow, and that would have been 7 straight games. So another pitch out of the strike zone. So Baker going out to talk to the young right-hander Whelan.
Well, opportunity is knocking for Joe Whelan, and nobody likes to see a teammate get hurt. But Dustin Mosley shoulder, Tim Stauffer elbow. That's why Joe Whelan is in the rotation, and the veteran catcher John Baker right out of the crouch after ball 1 to go settle down. Joe got to start working down. A lot of the pitches have been up early on. This is pitch number 7.
Polanco takes a strike. The Phils have been struggling at the plate as well to start the year. They're 5-7, and part of that, of course, no Ryan Howard, no Chase Utley. That makes all the rest of the hitters better when they're in the lineup for Charlie Manuel. But they come here at 5-7. But their record at Petco, low 2-1, is stunning. They have won the last 11 times here, and overall they're 22-4 at Petco Park. They don't have that strong a winning percentage at their own ballpark. Pierre with a good lead, and he goes 2-1, fouled away. Pierre, you can expect him to be running lifetime. He has 554 stolen bases.
And Charlie Manuel is doing the right thing with the offense struggling. They put Pierre in motion because the offense just continues to struggle. 21 extra base hits for the Phillies. Better than only the Pirates with 17, and that's across the majors. So they're a little bit of a drought for the fighting Phils.
From Bud Black's perspective, the 2-2 pitch. Pulled down the left field line, a long run for Venable. He comes up with it. No, he doesn't. Now the throw into third won't be in time. So Pierre had halted his progress at second base, but when he saw Venable bobble the ball, he just got it back up in gear and advances to third on a soft single to left field for Polanco.
And another error for San Diego, allowing Pierre to take third base. Looks like Polanco gets jammed, gets his hands through. A soft little liner. Now Will Venable's got to really bust it. It was right in front of him, just could not find the handle, and that's good aggressive base running by Pierre. He's got the speed anyway. The play's right in front of him. He halts and then gears it back up again to slide in safely.
So first and third, no one out for Jimmy Rollins. Switch hitting shortstop, and he fouls off the first delivery. Well, they walk in a blue pit, and the Phil's in business here early. Rollins now 33 years of age, grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area on the east side of the Bay. 3 times an All-Star. And the National League Most Valuable Player 4 years ago when he was both the Silver Slugger and the Gold Glove winner on that National League season. 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillies at the corners, and Rollins fouls that back. And Commissioner Mark Grant with Lexus keys to the game.
Well, here's what we're keying on tonight, Dick and Padre fans. Hey, forget the past. Just erase it from the hard drive, okay? Whelan forgot his first start. The fact that the Phillies had the best National League record since 2004 against the Padres. And the butterfly should be gone, right? Yeah. Get that butterfly net out. You know, catch him, put him away, and fire some good strikes for the youngster.
Good advice. Rollins chips that one foul back to the screen, and the count remains 1-2.
Because sometimes, Dick, and you know this game of baseball it'll make you take the butterfly net and go running in the field and just, you know, look like a total yahoo.
No, when the butterfly net is after you, that's when you know it's been tough. 1-2. High fly ball hit well to right. Hermida cruising under it. Tagging is Pierre, and he'll romp home, and the Phillies lead 1-0. So the error plays into that run as Rollins has his 3rd RBI of the season.
And just like that, on the pregame show, we talked about tagging up at third base, eyeing the ball being caught. And did you notice also Juan Pierre, the athletic position that Mark Sweeney was talking about? He scores easily, but he did it the correct way, textbook, as we mentioned in the pregame show on the instructional.
So the leadoff walk, as it happens about 1/3 of the time, comes around to score. Hunter Pence, the right fielder, former Astro, acquired at midseason last year, and he comes out hacking. 28 years of age, from Arlington, Texas, is Pence. Solid start for his season. Finished last year at .314 combined, his average. 22 homers and just 3 RBI shy of 100. I mean, it's a good lineup even without Howard and Utley. Shane Victorino on deck. 2 strikes the count. Fastball at 89, but placed well. Infield set for 2. We were shocked a little bit about 5 minutes before game time. We got a light drizzle, nothing heavy, but enough to dampen the infield and the grass, and maybe that accounted for Venable's problems in fielding the ground ball out there off the single by Polanco. Curveball in the dirt. 1-2.
We've seen Nick Hundley make some good stops behind home plate. John Baker smothers a curveball in the dirt. With Joe Whelan's curveball, you have to anticipate, especially with getting a hitter in the hole. 1-2, 0-2. Catcher's always anticipating that number 2 in the dirt.
This is with another curveball. Whelan from Reno, Nevada, where he was the Nevada High School Player of the Year and was an outstanding hitter, a pitcher shortstop. He just pitched now and then because he wanted to be in every game. But he thought his future would be as a shortstop, hitting shortstop. Ground ball up the middle, and that's into center field. Polanco takes a turn at second and will hold. Maben gets the ball back to the infield, and Pence has the second hit of the inning.
Watch how Hunter Pence gets on top of this pitch from Joe Whelan. It's a pitch up. See where it says Phillies across his chest? Watch how he gets on top of that ball and some serious topspin, scooting through the infield. That is, you know, he uses every ounce of that body, doesn't he? I mean, he is all arms and legs. And he chokes up on the bat as well, Hunter Pence. A good, 2 inches or so. Good bat control.
Darren Balsley making a trip to the mound as Whelan off to a shaky start. A walk and a couple of singles and a run home, and only 1 out as Victorino steps up. Tough out is Victorino. Hitting left-handed so far this year, 10 for 34.
You want to try to complete an inning. 10 to 12 pitches would be ideal, but Joe Whelan now will toss number 21 here to Victorino.
Line drive center field. That's in for a base hit. Holding was Polanco, so he won't be able to score. And the throw by Maven comes into the plate. Bases are loaded as Victorino wastes no time and charging a liner to center for a base knock. So 3 on, 1 out.
Once again, to see the location of the fastball on the Fox tracks, out and away, easier for a hitter to throw that head of the bat and make contact. Hunter Pence's hit, elevated fastball. Polanco, elevated fastball. Got to make an adjustment, hit those shoe tops, aim a little lower, try to hit the shoe tops of John Baker.
Here's a man that did some serious damage against the Padres last year, John Mayberry.
I like his swing.
Bases full for Mayberry, only 1 out. Infield back and high again, ball 1. Mayberry off to a slow start, 7 for 33. 28-year-old graduate of Stanford, former #1 draft pick. Had only 113 at bats last year, 8 home runs. That would factor out the high 30s. Ground ball foul, way out in front. That fastball measured at 87. Polanco at third, Pence at second, Victorino at first. 1 out and 1 run in here in the first for Charlie Manuel, 68-year-old manager of the Phils. Good off-speed curveball, had him way out in front.
The curveball just thrown by Joe Whelan. He gets on top of it nicely. Let's check out the stride. Looks like it's on the longer side as far as you're talking strides for a pitcher. So that means that he's really got to stay on top and get out in front for that breaking ball. A longer stride, some pitchers have a tendency to push the ball and work underneath it. He did a nice job on that curveball, catching up and getting it out in front.
Keep it down, says Baker, and it's way in the dirt. 2-2.
You know, one of the pitchers that comes to mind that had a really long stride, David Wells. He was the answer to our trivia question the other day, right? The oldest Padre to win a game. David Wells had one of the longest strides of any pitcher, but yet he had the ability to get up over the top and out and extended so he can work down in the zone. You don't see that too often.
Rubber arm, too.
Yes, he did.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases full for Mayberry. Oh, breaking ball that fooled Mayberry. He pulled away from the plate, but pitch was up. No place to put him, and the count is full. Chase Utley down in the Philly dugout.
He's got to locate a fastball here. Bet knee high, outside corner. Take your chances.
High pop up. Hudson out on the grass behind second base, and the infield fly rule called. 2 away. Big pitch there on 3-2.
And he hit his spot. There it is. Four-seamer down and away. Maybe up a little bit, but Mayberry. Well, look at he catches it out in front and just works underneath that baseball just a little bit. And caught the outer third of the plate. So Joe Whelan, hey, sometimes you catch a break.
Well, if the kid can pitch out of this trouble in the first inning, that could bode well. But he's not out of the woods yet. Here's Carlos Ruiz hitting .306. Good hitting catcher. One of the best in baseball. High.
Everything's up. Sometimes pitchers, to counter that, will shorten the stride a little bit. I know that's a lot to think about when you've got the bases loaded.
2-0.
Mix into the slider. We've seen the fastball, the slider, and the curveball. Haven't seen any changeups yet tonight.
Bases loaded. 2-0. Pulled foul past third.
And thank you very much, because he just swung at ball 3.
33-year-old Panamanian Carlos Ruiz hit .283 last year. Just no soft spots in the Philly lineup.
Oof. Way too many pitches in the first.
The action pitch with the bases full. Grounded to short. Bartlett has it the short way for the out. And Whelan wiggles off the hook in the first inning. 1 run on 3 hits and 3 left for the Phils. Baseball brought to you by AT&T, the largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Petco, where the healthy pets go. 1-0 Phils. Padres come up in the bottom of the first inning against Vance Worley, 24-year-old former star at Long Beach State. Here's Bud Black's lineup tonight, as he's altered things, moved Maven from the leadoff spot for the first time and drops him into the second hole. Chase Headley stays in the familiar third spot. Hermida bats cleanup. Then Alonso and Baker with Bartlett 7th, Hudson 8th, and Whelan, who swings the bat, as we indicated in high school, a good hitter, and he probably is going to help himself in his major league career with the bat. Worley, interesting, last year, a 2-month period between July and September, he had 11 starts, and the Phils make it 12 starts, and the Phils won all 12. He was 9-0 personally. Then since that point, he's had 5 starts, including this year, and the Phils have lost all 5. He personally 0-3. And first pitch strike to Venable.
Looks like he does some welding maybe in the offseason with those goggles, huh?
Played his college ball up the freeway at Long Beach State.
Well, he's a good one, no doubt about that. Fastball, slider, curve, and a change. Kind of a herky-jerky delivery. Gets it up there about 92 to 94.
Down low, 2-1.
There's one pitch that we should keep an eye out tonight out of the hand of Worley, especially the left-handers. It's that two-seam fastball. Remember Greg Maddux used to start it in off the plate and then catch the inside corner? He will get a lot of called third strikes on that pitch.
Up high with the four-seamer, 3-1. That was the leadoff walk that cost Whelan top half of the inning.
In fact, 71 of his last 129 strikeouts have been strikeouts looking. That's 55%. He's a big horse. He's coming right at you.
Fouled out of play as he challenged Venable down the middle.
And those strikeouts dating back to the beginning of the 2011 season. So he's got good movement on that two-seamer. Guys will give up on that pitch and take it for a called third strike.
Full count. Venable struck him out. Threw that fastball by him at 91. Here's the defense for the Phils tonight with Pierre, Victorino, and Pence left to right in the outfield. Around the horn, Polanco, Rollins, Galvis, and Mayberry, with Vance Worley on the mound and Carlos Ruiz behind the plate. Strikeout of Venable has been the Achilles of the Padres to start this season. 101 strikeouts, more than any team in the major leagues. That was a problem all last year. Maven leads the major leagues with 17 strikeouts. Oh, 0-2. Squaring to bunt. Wearing those trousers up around the knees. Try to get that called so they don't call that.
Yeah, I love that. I love the baggy breeches as well, like they used to wear back in the day. You know, tonight, Padres honoring Jackie Robinson. And once again, my friend, Professor, a beautiful piece that you did on Jackie Robinson. Absolutely outstanding.
Thank you. You know,
you're the master.
Well, it was my privilege back over 30 years ago to rub shoulders with his greatness, to meet him personally. And intensified all the more the feelings I had about him and the passion that he had for baseball and equality. And there goes Maven for the 18th time this year. A couple of quick strikeouts for Vance Worley. Well, here's our Geico quote of the game tonight. It comes from Chase Headley. I'm not going up there trying to hit home runs, even though we hit 3 on the road trip. But I do think there's a lot more power in there, meaning inside him, that really hasn't been shown the last couple of years. 4 home runs all of last season, 4 already in 13 games of this year. Curveball hangs outside. You could hear Hunter Wendelstedt bark out ball 1.
There's that two-seamer I was talking about, Dick. Starting in off the plate, hoping to catch that inside corner. Looked like a pretty good pitch. We know that Chase Headley has a good eye of the strike zone. He takes it for a ball.
Did he go? Yes. 2-1. Third base umpire Bob Davidson. Slider fooling Headley. Couldn't hold back.
Absolutely. It's a tough pitch to lay off, man. You get that lumber going and you get that momentum going.
Two and two.
I think it was Jim Rice back in the day. He checked his swing once. He was so strong the bat snapped in his hands at the handle. He created so much force and tried to hold it back. It just shattered right at the handle.
Strike three. Vance Worley strikes out the side. Headley thought that ball was low, but Wendelstedt and Worley punch out the side. It's 1-0 Phils. And Juan Pierre in the second. 1-0 Phils. Switch hitter Galvis, 22 years of age, Venezuelan. 6'4", 25 from the left side. Pulls that one foul.
Oh, that's awesome there.
Sure tastes better at the ballpark.
It sure does, doesn't it?
And the count goes 1-2. Were you a big cotton candy kid in your
Loved
day?
it.
Really?
And the dentist bills prove it.
Yeah, they weren't blue back in our day, huh? They were, wasn't it always pink?
Like pink, yeah.
He didn't go. 2-2 the count.
Oh, life is good. Cotton candy, big league ball game.
Beautiful ballpark. Be with your dad and mom. Slap foul.
You know, we always talk. I mean, we talk about, you know, girls, boys, moms, dads. I remember my grandmother on my mom's side, huge baseball fan, and I learned a lot from her. She would talk about the White Sox. All the Sox aren't playing that well, Mark. Oh, they need to get Bill Melton going. You know, it was great.
Ground ball, just foul. Almost hit the bag at third.
He wasn't sure.
Davidson with a hesitation before he waved it foul.
He was kind of hesitant, huh? He wasn't sure if that ball maybe went over the bag. Yeah, that was foul. Ball has to go over the bag.
Any part of it.
Right.
2-2 on Freddie Galvis. Got him. First strikeout for Whelan, a curveball.
Well, hopefully Joe Whelan be a little bit more economical with pitches this inning. He gets the backdoor curveball here. Galvanizes Galvis.
Brings up the pitcher, Vance Worley. 10 hits and 52 at bats, so he's a decent hitter as pitchers go. 0 for 2, 0 for 4 this year. But last year hit over 200. Jumps in front. Whelan, 2 strikes.
This is where you like the quick outs, obviously. You know, the pitcher, I'm not taking anything away from Vance Worley, but you need a quick out here.
Strikeouts, Galvis and Worley to the top of the order in this MLB season on Fox. Fox Sports is proud to support Boys and Girls Clubs of America, a place where youth can reach their full potential. Productive, caring, responsible citizens. To learn more, please visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports. 2 strikeouts to open the second for the Phils. And here's Juan Pierre, walked to lead off the game and came around to score. Eventually home on Jimmy Rollins' sacrifice fly, and then the Phils got a couple of more hits to load the bases, but ooh, that one skidding off the third base dugout roof and into the second row. Sometimes you just wonder how they can part the seats. Fans get out of the way of this. Another foul. Well, tomorrow night it'll be firefighters and fireworks here at the Ball Yard. Volquez for the Padres against Hamels of the Phils. And party at the park at 5 o'clock before the game. Ground ball up the middle. Hudson was able to backhand it, but can't get it to first base in time as Pierre runs much too fast.
Great effort by Orlando Hudson, but as you mentioned, Dick, Juan Pierre still has the quick feet. He can pick him up and put him down with the best of them. Even if that ball is on line, I doubt that they would get Pierre.
I wonder why Hudson, though, when he backhands it, doesn't just brace and throw. He took 2 steps toward the outfield and then the jump throw. It's pretty tough to get enough on it.
So you're saying catch, plant,
and then throw.
And then try to throw? Gotcha.
That very same play at Dodger Stadium in this series was a costly one. He was unable to get the final out on Mark Ellis. A critical point in that 9-8 game. But he's the man with the glove, and he knows that's how he does it best.
Then he's a Gold Glover too.
Yeah. I mean, when he gets his mitt on the ball, it's you know, he feels it cleanly. You don't see him bobbling. Polanco blooped a single to left his first time.
Home run time, huh, baby? Yeah! Home run time!
Dodgers beat Milwaukee today 4-3, and Kemp hit another home run. He has 7 to lead the National League. Up high, 2-1.
Just not getting that release point out there consistently on the curveball for Joe Whelan. Sometimes it's a case of overthrowing. Sometimes it can be mechanical. The stride, as I mentioned earlier.
Jimmy Rollins on deck. Ground ball to short. Bartlett to Hudson for the force. Innings over. The Phils won. Padres nothing.
Diego. Padres baseball on Fox Sports Net. Pods trailing the Phillies 1-0. I'm at college night. Are you jealous? In fact, I'm standing on the Budweiser patio. They do college night 6 times a year with some lovely ladies here to say hello to, if you can see them. And there's a DJ from channel 93.3 spinning, and you can get discounted tickets if you have a valid student ID. I do not. Tickets are $9 or $10, and we also do a little spinning. I once wanted to be a DJ in my past life, so I'm going to try it on the 1s and 2s right now. This is the best I can do. All right, I got some votes. Guys, back to you.
Layla spinning the wax.
Wonder how many solo cups are filled up out there. Nothing like a good old frat party at the yard.
So there are 5 more of those college nights ahead, and we hope that you'll take advantage.
Yeah, and
Hermida lines a ball up the alley in right center field, and that's going to squeak through all the way to the 400-foot sign. Hermida may try for 3. He's on his way, and he will get in there standing. He didn't need to slide, but just in case, no relay. A leadoff triple for Hermida.
beating the shift out in front of the curveball. The curveball is away. He catches it out in front. You can see Victorino. Pence cannot cut it off. The play is in front of Jeremy Hermida, so no help from Glenn Hoffman at third base. He is huffing and puffing. And just to play it safe, the good old-fashioned pop-up slide for Jeremy Hermida.
So with no one out, Padres have the tying run at third, and Yonder Alonso takes ball one.
That's one of those plays, Dick, to where you see the outfielders, you see the names and the number on the back. They're chasing after the ball. You don't need the help of the third base coach.
Well, that's one of the tutorials in our Fox Sports San Diego pregame show, 1 hour before every Padre game, and especially you young little leaguers, you learn a lot of good baseball tips by watching that show. Line drive right at the third baseman. Polanco squeezes the first out. Tough luck for Alonso. Infield is back for the Phils. They're conceding the run as John Baker comes up.
Talk about frustrating. How about that? Polanco just has to move a half a step to his left.
Good old-fashioned atom ball for Polanco. Baker 2 hits and 7 at bats so far this year. Limited duty, takes a strike. Nick Hundley, his bat came to life on the road trip, but he's caught nearly every game given the night off. He'll be back in the lineup tomorrow evening against the lefty Cole Hamels. Good matchup tomorrow. Volquez for the Padres, Hamels for Philadelphia. That party at the park starts at 5 o'clock with drinks and food. Part of your admission to the game. Foul back, and it's 1-2. We honor the firemen or firefighters, not just firemen, but all firefighters, and there'll be fireworks after the show. So a big night here at Petco. And Saturday night is cap night with 25,000 caps. Oh my, caught looking. So a leadoff triple, and Hermida is still there as Worley has his 4th strikeout. 3 of them called strike 3.
Well, I hope I don't sound like a broken record for the rest of the evening, but that's the two-seam fastball. Started in off the plate, ends up on the inside corner, freezing the left-handed hitter. A nice pitch by Vance Worley.
So it's up to Jason Bartlett, and he grounds it to second. Easy play there. Galvis over to Mayberry, and the Padres waste a leadoff triple. It remains 1-0 Phils. You'll enjoy great benefits all season long, discounted parking, exclusive events, much more, and it starts as low as just $7 a ticket. Plans are flexible to fit your specific needs. Get your 2012 Padres season tickets by calling 619-795-5555 as Jimmy Rollins leads off the third inning. And just to add a note, the Padres' average ticket price is the lowest in all of baseball at $15.67.
Can't beat it.
Just announced today. So the best bargain in all of baseball right here at Petco. Rollins down on the count, 2 strikes. Hit a sacrifice fly to right field to knock in the Phil's run in the first inning. Up high, 1-2. Grew up in Oakland, California. Went to the same high school as Dontrell Willis, a left-handed pitcher. Grew up a Rickey Henderson fan. He went around, strike 3. Third strikeout, and the third in a row for Whelan.
Way out, kind of checks his swing there, and if he hits that, I think it would have been a double as well.
How come they're never singles on those check swings?
Because they go so far around.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's not like they really check a little bit. They check, way back. Okay. Here's Pence. He singled up the middle, a ground ball to center field, takes a strike. Excuse me, that's not 3 strikeouts in a row, but it is 3 strikeouts for Whelan. In the dirt, 1-1. Like this Hunter Pence from the first time I saw him. Defensively as well. Just because he plays it hard.
Yep.
And you just have a feeling that he's going to do something special for your team.
I think you bring up a good point, because anybody in a baseball park, you have a conversation, they say, I love so-and-so. And you look at, because a lot of people look at numbers, right? They might not have great numbers, but that's the beauty of baseball. You just like the way the guy handles himself and plays. Right?
Yeah,
I totally agree. Hunter Pence, he plays every inning, every at-bat like it's his last. And you have to admire that.
Good defensive outfielder. Terrific throwing arm, one of the better arms in the National League. There's just a presence about him. And Joe Whelan smothered that presence with a good breaking pitch, and that's strikeout number 4. Whelan's got it going.
The adjustment in the curveball is something that's going to have to really be a big part of his night, but also the changeup. That was a changeup down and away. So another off-speed pitch. 4th strikeout for Joe Whelan. I love that changeup. Love me my changeup.
2 outs to Shane Victorino, line to single to center in the first inning. Good curveball. That's the 12-6 variety.
Nose to toes.
I love that curveball. Chop back to the mound. Underhand flip by Whelan, and he works the third. 1, 2, 3. It remains 1-0 Phils. Time for the Sequan Casino Daycation highlight of the game. Last night, Cliff Lee goes 10 innings, shutout, and then in the 11th with Lee out of the game, Melky Cabrera with a base hit, and the Giants win it. Walk off 1-0. But quite an effort by Lee. 10 innings, no runs, 7 hits, 7 strikeouts, though the Phils went down to defeat. In fact, that's such a remarkable outing by Lee. They had to go all the way back in Phillies history, 31 years, to find somebody that had pitched 10 innings of shutout ball, and that was another left-hander.
Steve Carlton?
You got it.
Oh, I loved lefty. Loved to watch that guy twirl.
Ground ball up the middle, and there is the youngster. Galvis over to Mayberry. And Hudson follows Bartlett, who preceded him, with a ground out to second, 1 away. Here's Joe Whelan. Padres got to get some offense out of that middle infield. Bartlett and Hudson coming into the game, their combined batting average is 158. Only 12 hits and 76 at bats. Whelan, 1 at bat, looking for his first hit as a big leaguer.
You know, Mark Sweeney is down by the dugout, and I want to ask Mark, the 2-seam fastball out of the hand of Worley to the lefties. That's one tough pitch.
It is, Mark, and you know he's having that comeback, which you know Greg Maddux always used that. It was a much slower pitch for him, but the movement on it and the late movement, you really got to stay with it. That's something they definitely looked at during when you go to the film study, when you watch some of the Worley starts.
Good swing, but right through the fastball, and that's 5 strikeouts going through the order the first time for Vance Worley. Top of the order, and Will Venable. Did you use the 2-seamer much? Clean it up. Let's clean everything up here before they take a shot. What are you looking for?
I was just trying to think about the 2-seam fastball, and I want to mention something after this pitch from Worley.
Venable struck out swinging the first time.
He throws the 2-seam fastball like that, right? And it goes that way. So if you're a left-handed hitter, it's starting at your hip, and you kind of give up on it, and then bam, hits the inside corner. It's a very effective pitch.
And to a right-handed hitter, you start it over the plate, just over the plate, and comes in and jams the right-handed hitter.
Either that way, or he has the luxury of going the other way too, the outside corner off the plate. Just
bounce to the right side. Galvis again, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Vance Worley. We've completed 3 at Petco. 1-0 Phils. TNT trivia question, and exactly on this date, April 19th, 15 years ago, in what stadium was the '97 Padres Paradise Series played? The Padres Paradise Series.
Well, I remember that one because I was there, but I won't say anything.
All right. I think Mark Sweeney was too. Top of the fourth, Mayberry popped to second with the bases loaded his first time. Home run hitter. Hit his first two against teams that his dad, John Mayberry Sr., played for, the Yankees and Blue Jays. Big John. He swung it from the left side.
Mark Sweeney, what have you seen from Joe Whelan since the first inning?
You know what, Mark? It looks like he just doesn't have a feel for his breaking ball. Just the inconsistency of the breaking ball.
Outside.
And then his elevated fastball, it's one of those things. It just still looks like he doesn't have a feel for what pitch he really wants to get ahead with.
Yeah, the fastball consistently up. Occasionally the curveball will be in the dirt.
That lifted to right field and shallow toward the line. Hermida there for the catch.
And Mark, you and I have talked about this many times. When you start as a hitter, you start eliminating pitches, right?
Yeah, you do. When you see the inconsistency, you start looking at for the fastball and understanding that he's missing with pitches. You can get into good hitters counts, and the advantage goes to the hitters for the Phillies.
Good point.
The catcher Ruiz grounded to short to end the first inning with the bases loaded, as the Phils got one and were in a position with the bases loaded, one out, to have a big inning. But Whelan was able to get Mayberry to pop up and Ruiz to ground out. Only one run scored. Ground ball toward the hole. Headley over to his left to scoop it up on a in-between hop. 2 away. Steady play by Headley at third.
You know, I want to say that last pitch was a changeup. Check out of the hand of Whelan. Oh, you know, I take that back. He worked around it. That was a slider, a shorter breaking ball other than the curveball, a short breaking slider. But the key there, Ruiz hitting the top half of it because of the tilt of that slider. And that's the old 5-3 play.
Galvis struck out, took a third strike in his first at bat, and takes a strike on the inside corner. Third ball. Whelan wastes no time. Gets the ball and throws it. 0-2 the count.
That was the cambio. That was the changeup from Joe Whelan.
Veterans on that Phillies bench studying Whelan. High 1-2. 93 on that fastball. I think that's his fastest.
I think you're right. It's got to be located well.
Rolled up the first base side foul.
Good changeup. So taking some off, speeding them up with the fastball, and that last pitch to Galvis was a changeup.
Phillies in tomorrow night, 6 o'clock for our Padres Live show, then 4:30 Saturday for Padres Live on Cap Night. Out of play, and Sunday at noon, the preview show, and that'll be our first big military Sunday. Roy Halladay will be on the mound Saturday night against Corey Lupke. That's a nice matchup, isn't it?
And Cole Hamels on the left there. A couple of pitchers exchanging stories and nuggets.
Fly ball, Hermida into the alley and makes the winning catch. 7 in a row retired by Joe Whelan. Bottom of the fourth we go. 1-0 Phils. first inning. Polanco blooped a single to left field. Pierre had walked, hesitated at second, but when Venable bobbled the ball, moved to third on the air, and then the fly ball by Jimmy Rollins to right field scored the run. Victorino followed with a single. And another base hit by Pence, but Whelan able to pitch out of it. He got Mayberry to pop up and Ruiz to ground out, so limited the damage to 1-0. Padres had a great chance to tie it up in the second when Hermida led off with a triple but died at third as Alonso lined out, Baker struck out, and Bartlett grounded out. Cameron Maben starts the fourth, hitting for the first time this season in the number 2 position, and Bud Black's thinking is that wanted to take some of the pressure, being a leadoff man, getting out there first, maybe settle him down, just a different routine. Fouls this one out of play. Maben struck out in the first, so he's in a 1-for-19 drought. Headley on deck. Worley with 5 strikeouts and no walks. Fooled on the slider.
That's got good tilt, great location, down and away, righty on righty. You have to love the pace also of both pitchers tonight. Joe Whelan working quickly. Vance Worley working quickly as well. Oh, look at that two-seamer.
That one, there's a perfect example. Just off the outside corner, and it curled back over the plate for strikeout number 6.
Mark Sweeney, remember playing wiffle ball in the backyard? Remember when you put the holes on the one side and the ball would move?
Yeah.
That's out of the hand of Worley.
Yeah, and you know what, Mud, also to that point, Worley really has a quick delivery. It looks like the timing of the Padres is really off, and also the location of pitches doesn't help as well.
4 of the 6 strikeouts cold. Headley, he took a cold third strike, thought it was inside his first time up.
That goes back to that nugget I mentioned early in the ball game regarding called third strikes for Worley.
Checked to swing and did not go around.
Worley is baffling the hitters, making them look like Joanne Worley.
Oh, very good. Going back to the Baffle days, one of the great quiz shows of all time.
Who was the host of that?
Yes, I'm trying to think. Monty Hall recommended me. And he regretted it.
Monty Hall. Do you have a hard-boiled egg in your pocket?
2-0. 3-0 to Headley. Joanne Worley. She was just a delightful guest on that show. So funny and full of life, and that silly giggle of hers.
Loved her on Laugh In.
Yeah. 3-0. High strike from the Burley, Vance Worley. 6'2" and 230, they say. Looks thicker than that. Check swing, ball 4. Headley has walked again, his 12th of the year among the major league leaders. Well, you can join the Padres this coming Sunday when they honor the men and women who serve in the U.S. Armed Forces. Military Opening Day, presented by Northrop Grumman. Enjoy a special pregame ceremony, fans, before the Padres take the field against these Phils, a 105 game. Tickets available, Padres.com, or call 619-795-5555. Hermida takes a strike, well placed, knee high outside corner. Hermida tripled to right center in the second inning, leading off. Padres couldn't get him home. Headley becomes only the second base runner against Worley. 1-1. I'm going to ask you, I know you love baseball history. I'm going to ask you a question, and I think even though it's way beyond your time, you're going to know the answer. But I think fans will have fun with it. Low 2-1. On this day in 1890. Is that a good hint?
Okay. I know a lot that happened in the late 1800s.
It was the first National League game ever played by the Bridegrooms, and they beat the Bean Eaters. I'll ask you the question after this pitch. Ground ball to the left side. Polanco goes to second for one. Back to first, not in time. Vermeda safe on the fielder's choice, and Headley erased 5-4. So the Bridegrooms played their very first game in the National League on this date in 1890 and beat the Bean Eaters. What were the cities involved here?
I'm going to say Brooklyn and Boston.
You want to go for 20 points?
I would love to. I will go for the jackpot.
The Brooklyn Bridegrooms against the Boston Bean Eaters, who became the Boston Braves.
Right. And then the Dodgers, of course, the trolley Dodgers, because of the people dodging the trolleys in Brooklyn, correct?
Yeah, but I wonder how they got the Bridegrooms tag. Maybe because they were second best. You know, Bridegrooms don't matter, brides do.
Right.
And of course they had the Yankees and Giants. They were really, they were in the caboose. They could have been.
You know, I think the Yankees, before the Yankees, were the Highlanders, weren't they?
Yes, they were. I've opened a whole box of your incredible depth of knowledge.
And you know what? You know where I attribute that to? My dad subscribed to Baseball Digest for me when I was a kid. Loved it. Kept them in order on my shelf in my room.
They're great.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Sporting News and Sport Magazine, those were the only two sources we had in the farm to stay with.
No internet
baseball.
on the farm?
Oh, you kidding. Check swing, and the count goes to 2-1 to Yonder Alonso.
Your internet was like carrier pigeon, right?
That's we actually had one of those phone lines with 4 people on the line, and we had 2 rings, 2 short rings, and there was 1 ring, and then there was a long and 2 short, and a long short. That was our entertainment. Because the phone would ring and it wasn't yours, you try to sneak and put your hand over it and you listen to what the conversation was, and you knew they were listening to your conversation. Really exciting stuff. Keep you up all night.
Listening to the radio.
Oh, we did do that. Sat around as a family and listened to the radio. And kids say, well, what did you see? You know, the whole family, you'd listen to like a mystery show on the radio or entertainment show. So what did you?
Theater of the mind, right?
Exactly. Imagination. We saw more listening to the radio than people see when they watch television because it's all there right away. We saw it in our own individual manner. Well, the Padres hope to see a base hit right here and tie it up as Yonder Alonso and Headley have walked. The first 2 free tickets from Worley, and it's up to John Baker. Struck out the first time. Off the fist, rolled to second. Easy flip, and the inning's over as Baker out from Galvis to Mayberry. Padres lead 2 in the 4th. It remains 1-0. For AT&T trivia question answer, in what stadium was that 97 Padres Paradise Series played? Aloha Stadium in Honolulu. It was a 3-game series. Mark Sweeney, what do you remember?
Oh, unfortunately, I remember that in the wrong way, Dick, as I had an off day right before that game, decided to rub off the sunscreen on my feet, had a sunburn going into that game, had to put cleats on, and then when had to put the cleats on, which was an unfortunate incident. We had to pinch hit, and then I think the 7th or 8th inning, pinch hit, ran down, couldn't stop. And I just wanted to get back to the bench and sit down. Well, Tony La Russa informs me we're going to double switch and put you in right. Go get him.
Feels like the skin on the top of your feet are peeling off in the spikes, huh?
I would have rather had a broken leg.
Worley strikes out. That's number 5 for Whelan. That's the Hawaiian hot foot.
Something
Mark
to be
Sweeney.
proud of, guys. Something to be proud of for sure.
You were there too, weren't you, Mark Grant?
I was. We televised those, I think, 2 of the games of the series. It was quite a treat for everybody.
It was to show Hawaii as one of our United States that they're part of the national pastime and bring. That was the first time Major League Baseball in the regular season played in the islands.
And of course, Aloha Stadium has a lot of history as well. I mean, the Pro Bowl is played there, correct?
Right. The Aloha Bowl now as well. New bowl. 1-1 to Juan Pierre. He's walked and safe on an infield base hit, deep second base. He likes to bunt. In fact, he led the American League last year with 19 bunt hits. Led the major leagues with 46 infield hits. That was more than Cameron Maybin. Slap down the left field line, but it's slicing and it's fair, just fair. Trying to run it down is Venable, and he's had big time trouble, so Pierre will just round bases and wind up at third with a triple. Venable playing the less familiar left field corner, and it was like trying to chase a rat into that corner. It just kept bounding away from him.
That's a good way of describing that one as we talk about using the whole field. I'm sure Mark Sweeney likes that swing. Pierre just getting on top or underneath that baseball rather and keeping it fair, and then Will Venable can't find it. Hey, come on, stop. No. Finally, but the speed of Pierre turns into a triple.
1 out, 3 base hit by Pierre, so he's 2 for 2 with a walk. Infield will draw in. Polanco takes ball 1. That ends a string of 8 straight outs for Joe Whelan. Surprised that ball stayed in play. You know, you'd think it might slice a little more, but it's maybe Mark Sweeney. It looked pretty direct right down the line. Ground ball right to Headley. Looks Pierre back and throws him out. Polanco out on a sharp ground ball right at Headley.
Yeah, Dick, you make a great point on that last ball by Pierre. When it's coming off a left-hander's bat, it has that spin on the side, and it looked like Will Venable had a tough time. It goes off that padding. You never know what's going to happen with that ball.
Yeah, Whelan able to throw Polanco a ground ball out to protect that 1-0 game. And here's Jimmy Rollins, who knocked in the run with a sacrifice fly, got Pierre home from third in the first inning. Infield can back up. This isn't an easy play. It hits every nook and cranny. Boom, bang, then goes off the foul pole.
Did you see that one hop? It looked like a super ball. It stayed down on him. He was probably anticipating a higher bounce, and it stayed down on him because of the spin.
2-0 as Whelan falls behind Rollins, who struck out the last time. 3-0. Hunter Pence is on deck. Ooh, green lighted by Charlie Manuel at 3-0. Way out in front, 3-1. Well, you can catch the Padres as they battle the Phils tomorrow night at 7:05 game, and big spectacular fireworks show right after the game. Get your tickets for this and all the 2012 games. Foul back toward us. The earlier you buy your tickets, the more you save. Padres.com, 619-795-5555. So 3-2 now to the veteran Rollins. Third RBI of the year with that sacrifice fly in the first inning.
The other thing I noticed about Joe Whelan, he elects to go from the windup with the runner on third base. He feels he gets more out of his pitches.
Got him swinging. Well, there's some dandy work by the young 22-year-old right-hander. With a runner at third and one out, he gets Polanco to ground out and strikes out the dangerous Jimmy Rollins. We're at the halfway mark in this one. Casino. Getaway for the day at the all-new Sequan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer. Last of the fifth inning, 1-0 Phils. Bartlett, Hudson, and Whelan scheduled. 1-0 Philadelphia. First inning run. Leadoff walk to Pierre became the run. Bartlett is grounded out his only time. Second baseman Freddie Galvis has been a busy defender. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 assists in a game where the pitcher has struck out 6 men, so there haven't been many balls hit on the ground. Two balls and a strike. Padres with only one hit, the triple by Hermida, leading off the second, but they couldn't get him home. A couple of walks in the last inning, but Worley induced Baker to ground out. 2-2 as Bartlett can't find the curve.
You know, I don't think Worley has really thrown a pitch down the heart of the plate. I mean, he is dicing up that plate like the best of them. Down and in, down and away, curveball, shoe tops. And the one pitch of the at-bat has been on the inner third.
Struck him out. Wow. That's number 7. So the team that has struck out more than any in baseball continues to run up the total. 116 strikeouts now.
And peek inside the glove as Worley finds the right seam to throw that pitch. It's got the straight down break. That is the slider. Good tilt.
Hudson, he grounded to second his first time against Worley. No one in the on-deck circle at the time. Joe Whelan's spot is next. Fastball, strike at 91 miles an hour. Now Whelan is going to bat. He's given Bud Black 5 good innings. 0-2. Worley was a third-round pick by the Phils 4 years ago out of Cal State Long Beach.
The Dirtbags.
He was in the running for National League Rookie of the Year last year. He got a lot of votes. Wound up number 3. Strike 3, and Hudson caught looking. 8 strikeouts. Worley.
This is unbelievable.
And they're called strikes 5 of the 8. Can't hit if you don't swing, right?
Yeah.
Whelan, he struck out his only at bat. Ground ball sharply to third. Polanco with a good backhanded stop throws him out. So Whelan makes good contact, but the veteran Polanco covers the line, and the Padres are going in order again. After 5, the Phils still clinging to a 1-0 lead.
San Diego right now, Phillies leading the Padres 1-0 as we are in the 6th inning. Buddy Black had a pretty good discussion before Jamie Moyer's record-setting win the other day in Colorado. Moyer was 49, Black just 5 years older, so we asked him if there was a chance he might come back. He said no, but he might throw his side, and that's what he ended up doing today. Black, no stranger to throwing in practice. He actually does throw BP when a left-handed pitcher is facing the Padres, but here he is stretching out, seeing what he can do, and it looks like he's still got some gas in the tank, doesn't it? Buddy looking good there, and he said he thought he could throw 70. We didn't clock it, but we're hoping that maybe he was pretty close. Pretty neat to see, though, out of the skipper. Dick Enberg, Mark Grant, back to you.
That's good stuff, Layla. He even spits like a big leaguer, doesn't he?
Hey, I smell player manager. Huh?
The Lou Boudreau of 2012.
The Frank Robinson, Lou Boudreau, Buddy Black.
Whelan goes to work in the 6th inning. Hunter Penn swing and a miss at a changeup. Single in the first, a ground single to center, and a strikeout for Spence. Hitting in the cleanup spot for the Phils. On the corner. Fastball.
Let's see what kind of an 0-2 pitch he makes here to Pence.
Chopped out in front of the plate. Baker fires up the line to Alonso for the out.
He just grounded out to the catcher. Okay, the ball is out in front of home plate, right? Too far for the third baseman or pitcher. See how John Baker gets rid of the mask and then circles that baseball around so he can get a good angle on it as he fields it. Creates a throwing lane so he doesn't throw it up the backside of the runner.
And he doesn't let his own glove get in the way. Does it all barehanded.
Watch him off of the mask, circle it, position yourself, bare hand. And the bare hand's okay. The bare hand is okay if the ball is rolling slowly rather than we see third baseman make that play, obviously, a do or die play.
Yeah, the ball's dying out there and you use the glove, it's harder to make that exchange.
Exactly.
So nicely done by the veteran Baker as Victorino, a single and a comebacker to Whelan. And the count goes 2-0 on the fly-in Hawaiian. Padres had him as a draft 5 rule player from the Dodgers. Had him for one season in 2003. Had 73 at bats with the Padres, but hit only 151. So they returned him. They said, we don't need him. They returned him to the Dodgers. The next year, the Phils took him, and he's had a great major league career. Strike, 3-1.
Timing's everything, right? Getting a chance in Philadelphia, patrolling center field, and a world championship at that.
Fly ball back a short, carrying out to the left fielder Venable. 2 away. Let's look at Victorino as a Padre. Deflects that one off the pitcher for a base hit against the Philadelphia Phils.
Oh yeah, he can scoot now.
Not a big man at all, but a switch hitter with good speed. Does a lot of things well. Good outfielder. Nothing wrong with Joe Whelan's performance. He had a shaky first inning, but since then, outstanding, allowing only 2 hits, no walks, and he struck out 6 batters. Mayberry looks at the curveball.
It looks to me, after seeing John Mayberry Jr., he's very susceptible to the curveball down and away. He will fish after that pitch. Laid off that first one, but you get him in the hole where he gets defensive, he'll offer at it.
There it is. These Phils have just beaten up on the NL West team since 2008. They're 40 games over 500, 86 and 46 in the last 3 years plus. Part of that, their dominance of the Padres. Got him. That one 1-2.
Good located fastball, 4-seamer. Mayberry way behind it. Now he's thinking, okay, is he going to try to locate the fastball again? Is he going to put a wrinkle in one? I've seen the curveball, I've seen the slider, and he can paint down and away.
What do you think?
He's got to think right field. I'm thinking fastball away.
Hey, that's what it is. Strike 3 called. 7 strikeouts for Whelan. Terrific performance by the 22-year-old from Reno. Has he ever settled? Outstanding work. 1 walk and 7 strikeouts. And here's Bud Black. They're going over the hitters.
And you can tell Buddy, you know, he's using the hand gestures. He's talking about certain pitches. Joe was up with the fastball. He utilized his breaking ball later. He got a better feel for it. And also the changeup was a good pitch for Joe Whelan. So once again, bouncing back nicely. And Dick, you know as well as anybody watching the game here, it could have been much worse in that first inning for Joe Whelan.
Yeah, run in, the bases loaded, 1 out, and he pitched out of that. And since then, allowed 2 hits in the 5 innings. and striking out 7 Phils in the process. Now, can the Padres support him a little bit? Luke Gregerson is getting ready in the bullpen. We don't know if Whelan will come out for another inning, but 99 seems to be about the proper limit. Venable, the batter.
And with the way Buddy was talking to Joe, you know, going over his report card and what he saw, it looked like it was a little pep talk, a little instruction from the manager to Joe Whelan.
Ground ball up the middle, a base hit to center. Venable gets it started here in the 6th inning. Only the 2nd hit off Vance Worley. Tying run aboard. Let's see if the Padres can move Venable around.
Well, it's nice to have Will Venable as our pregame interview, and using the whole field right up the box out of the reach of Worley, falling off to the first base side. And Joe Whelan's like, yeah, let's get some runs. What a good kid Joe Whelan is, huh?
Well, and what, you know, an important moment this is, not only in his career, but perhaps for the Padre organization. There goes the runner Venable. The throw by Worley as Maven bumps him along. That's kind of an odd play. You got your runner going as if he was stealing, and then Maven bunts. I don't know if the sacrifice was on.
Yeah, it might be a little early for that, but I don't know whether that was on his own, Cameron Maven. But you know, you've got speed at first base, you've got speed at the plate. Maybe try to hit something the other way, and it might look like as if that was maybe on his own, getting the runner over there.
Well, a couple of chances now to bring in the tying run. Here's Headley. Line drive, base hit left field. But Venable had to hold. He didn't know but what that might be caught. And so he advances to third on a sharp single by the red hot hitting Chase Headley.
Swinging early in the count. First pitch going the other way. And it was a breaking ball as well. Stay on that curveball. A lot of times you'll see left-handed hitters try to pull that breaking ball, but Chase Headley stays inside a curveball, breaking into him, and goes the other way nicely.
So Whelan, the interested spectator now, first and third, one out. Hermida tripled his first time. Ground out, infield back, looking for a double play ball. They take that chance. Now trying to cut down the runner coming in from third. Venable 90 feet away from tying it up here in the last of the 6th inning. That's a strike. Fastball. .71 pitches for Worley in the game, so he has plenty left. Same spot.
Man, what a nasty two-seamer. Seems like that pitch is starting to move even more as the game goes on. I got wiffle ball right here. Look at the movement on that.
Look at where those 3 pitches are, all on the black, right at the knees. 1-2. Outside as Ruiz giving him the outside target. Hermida didn't offer. 2-2. First and third Padres. Headley at first. Tying run. Venable at third. The venerable Charlie Manuel looking on. 50 years in pro baseball. Manuel. Outfielder, played with the Twins and played in Japan very successfully over there. Inside, and it's 3-2. Runners lead away at the corners. Swung on and missed. The throw to second base, and here comes a runner from third, and he is out of there. Holding on to it is Ruiz as the Padres strike out into a double play. And another chance, a runner at third and less than 2 outs, and they can't bring him home. Another strikeout for Worley. He's matched his career high, the 9th strikeout of the game, and Venable had no chance at the plate.
Mark Sweeney, Mike Pomeranz with you. Boy, Joe Whelan really settled down a lot like he did in that Dodger game, this time a little bit earlier after a little bit of a rough first inning.
Yeah, after the first, he didn't really have command of too many of his pitches, but he settled down, did a great job getting back in the flow of the game. Offensively, they're missing out on some opportunities.
Yeah, that's to be spoken for when you have Vance Worley up there just throwing that wiffle ball like Mark Grant was talking about. Coming up in the postgame show, we'll talk Whelan. We will definitely talk Worley, and you're going to hear from the manager, Bud Black. We'll have all that and more coming up for you in the postgame show. Dick and Mark.
All right, we'll be there. Whelan, part of the story tonight. What a pitching line for him. 6 innings, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. And the run and 3 hits and the walk all came in the first inning. He was almost perfect from the 2nd through the 6th. 99 pitches overall. Cool hand Luke on the mound here, his 6th appearance. He's been outstanding, hasn't given up a run in relief. Scattering the 5 hits.
And what we have here is a failure to communicate. Cool hand Luke on the hill, trying to shut down the Phils, keep it at 1.
Ruiz leads it off with Galvis and the pitcher's spot to follow. He caught Roy Halladay's no-hitter perfect game, did Ruiz. Halladay on the mound Saturday night. A 5:30 start, 4:30 for our Padres Live pregame show. Pulled to third, foul. Slider. Pretty good note. Ruiz did something that you have to go back to Yogi Berra, 1951, to find a catcher that caught 2 no-hitters in a single season. By the same pitcher. That's a good little piece of trivia here, because who was the pitcher that Yogi caught? That misses. 1-2. 2 no-hitters in 1951. New York Yankee. The Chief.
Allie Reynolds?
Yeah.
Really?
Allie Reynolds.
Oh, I did not know that.
Very good. Swung on and missed, and Gregerson gets Ruiz on a slider. Well, earlier today, a couple hours before the game, look who was in the batting cage. Carlos Quentin finally taking live BP. Padre left fielder sidelined with that left knee surgery during spring training, and he seems to be right on course, according to the doctors and trainers, that he should join the club full time in about 2 weeks.
See what he was doing there in BP, even though it's batting practice, trying to drive the ball the opposite way. He took that pitch. Yeah, I know it's batting practice, but still, taking the pitch inside, but the 2 previous pitches were down the middle and trying to drive it to right center field. So he's working on certain pitches and an approach. It's good to see Carlos out there.
Yeah, it'd be nice for Bud Black to see a full complement of his players, which he hasn't had since the start of the season. Didn't have Kotze, now he's got Mark Kotze on the bench, and get Carlos Quentin with his bat. He showed during spring training he's going to be a true asset to this offense. 2-0 the count. Galvis pops it up. Shortstop Bartlett angling toward the foul line. 2 away.
Luke Gregerson's got that feel for the slider, and that's so important for the right-hander. Sometimes it'll just roll up there, but he's getting on top of that baseball, hence the good tilt, good break.
Worley has not thrown a lot of pitches, so he's going to go on. 75 pitches in the game, so he'll stay in for at least the 7th. He has struck out both times tonight against Whelan. Ball 1. Padres in the last of the 7th will bring up Alonso, Baker, and Bartlett. Pulled to the left side. Headley in front of Bartlett to throw him out. 1-2-3 inning for Luke Gregerson. Stretch half of the 7th at Petco. 1-0.
Phillies lead the Padres by a score of 1-0. And want a reminder that this Saturday, the Padres will face off against these Philadelphia Phillies. First pitch, 5:35. The first 25,000 fans will take home a new Padres cap presented by the one, the only Fox Sports San Diego. Don't wait. Buy your tickets early. Save at Padres.com. Or, Dick, you know what to do. Get on that horn.
Right. What's that number again?
619-795-5555.
Got it.
Yo.
And I want to make sure that we get some of the caps ourselves. Sometimes by the time, they're all distributed,
we'll get some. I
need some. I've got several of my friends say that I can't make it to the game, but can you bring home a cap?
They want to represent La Jolla now.
Yeah,
down in the village.
That SD down there in La Jolla. And Alpine, too. I know you have lots of folks out there making their plans to come in on Saturday night. Remember, it's a 5:30 game, 4:30 for our Padres live show. Well, 1-0. Padres need to support the fine pitching that first Joe Whelan and Luke Gregerson have offered. Alonso, tough luck hitter, lined out with Hermida at third base in the second inning. Hit a shot, but right to Polanco at third. He's been safe on a fielder's choice in the fourth. Check that. He walked in the fourth inning. Wendelstedt comes out of his little crouch sometimes in that pose that he's going to call a strike, but he's just stretching his back. Little back fake on the announcers. Inside, 2-1 to Alonso.
I'm wondering if Worley is going to counter with the slider down and in now to these left-handed hitters. And the reason why I say that, remember the two-seamer that comes back in for a called strike?
Right.
Hitters might think, okay, I got to offer at it, but the slider breaks the other way. Therefore,
ground ball to short. Easy for Rollins. And he gets Alonso by a stride.
Therefore, they'll swing over the top of it, right?
John Baker. The catcher is struck out and grounded to second. And you look at Worley's book, along with a career tying 9 strikeouts. Look at all the groundouts. He's kept the ball on the infield. There isn't a fly ball out.
Yep. Well, Dick, according to my book here, and correct me if I'm wrong, please.
Okay.
The only ball that has been an out, other than a grounder, was the line shot off the bat of Whelan, right?
Alonso to
right.
You say on both sides?
For the Padres. Whelan in the remember in the 5th inning he hit that line shot.
Well, that was a ground ball, hard ground ball to third.
I thought it was a liner.
No, that was Alonso's line drive to Polanco. Yeah.
Thank you.
But no fly ball outs.
Right.
Nor pop flies. Everything on the ground are strikeouts from Worley. Baker with a big rip. And down he goes. 10 strikeouts for Worley. A career high.
He is just locked in.
Baker just late on pulling the trigger. So the bad news, but it's in the book, is the fact that the Padres now in their 14th game have struck out at least 10 times 5 of those 14 games. And they've met their match plus tonight, and Vance Worley throwing a one-hitter through 2 outs into the 7th inning. Bartlett struck out once and grounded to second. 1-1. The only hit, a triple by Hermida to right center field, leading off the second. Padres couldn't get him home. The only extra base hit. They got 2 hits, 2 singles in the 6th inning. Venable and Headley first and third with 1 out, but Hermida struck out into a double play. So 2 chances to get a run home with less than 2 outs. unsuccessful. Count goes 3-1 now to Bartlett. Worley has walked 2, both of them in the 4th inning. And the count goes full. Slider. He didn't just lay a fastball in there. Just saw his number 49, 49ers.
That's right.
Up high, ball 4. Long Beach State 49ers. That's the first year of their school. So he carries his school number on his back. 2-out walk is the 3rd free pass from Worley. And brings up Hudson. Grounded out, struck out. This will be the 90th pitch from Worley.
Dick, I know earlier we talked about that Wednesday's game against the Giants, 11-inning game, right? Phillies Giants. That game was played in 2 hours and 27 minutes.
Matt Cain and Cliff Lee just going at it.
You talk about pounding the strike zone, throwing strikes.
Well, that's a good pitcher's deal.
Yes.
1-1 now. The switch hitting Hudson. 5 hits and 41 at bats for the O-Dog.
Boy, did you see Ruiz? He hopped in the back hip pocket of Orlando Hudson, setting up inside, giving his pitcher a target that tells me, get it in there. Don't leave it over the heart of the plate.
Look at the outfield hill. Very shallow for Hudson. They're giving him a gap in right center field. He could score Bartlett with a double here.
Now he's sent up away. And misses. There's a look at the outfield.
Oh, they're playing
Victorino on the shortstop side of second base and shallow. Yeah.
It's a huge gap in right center. If Hudson gets one over the plate that he can yank.
Like an off-speed pitch, right? Try to backdoor a curveball and speed up his bat and pull that baseball.
2-1. Bartlett with his lead. And there it is. A line drive right in that spot, but it isn't hit hard enough. And over to cut it off is the center fielder Victorino, and Bartlett will have to hold at third base. Oh, if he had a little more pop behind that swing, that would have been a tie game. Exactly the hole that they gave Hudson in the outfield.
Just like you were talking about, off-speed pitch, able to pull it.
So 1st and 3rd, 2 outs here in the 7th inning. And a meeting at the mound as Mark Kotze comes up to pinch hit for San Diego for Gregerson.
Pitching coach Rich Doobie, not a member of the Doobie brothers, having a chat with Worley.
Going over how to pitch to Kotze, perhaps.
A little scouting report, getting some input from Ruiz.
Kotze's never seen Worley, and Worley, of course, hasn't seen the Padres except for Alonso. Kotze a couple of hits the other night. Jamie Moyer's historical victory at 49, but Kotze, a longtime adversary, a couple of scratch hits off him. Two for 4 for Kotze. Takes over, but low, ball 1.
Now some action in that Philly bullpen. There were pitchers just up doing some arm exercises, getting loose with the jackets on. Now the jackets are off, and it looks like Jose Contreras is going to grab his hat and glove and get hot.
Bartlett 90 feet away from tying it up. Hudson at first base with a second hit of the night. Fourth hit of the night.
Well, they want to talk to a trainer now. Worley signaled to the dugout and asked for a trainer to come out.
His glasses is fogged up.
Oh, probably to give some more time to Contreras, maybe. Just a thought. What do you think, Dick? What do you got on that?
Could be.
A little stall tactic, huh? Took 7 innings for that to fog up.
Well, you're a former pitcher. You might know better the insides of how to milk the clock. Thank goodness there isn't one, but the delay purpose, perhaps.
Contreras threw an extra 6 or 7 pitches.
Ooh, got a ball in his wheelhouse. Katse unhappy with himself not driving that one.
During that little delay, maybe 6 or 8 pitches. And there's that two-seamer. Mark trying to square it up. We got a good pitch to hack at, and he knew it.
First and third with 2 outs here in the 7th. A 1-0 Philly lead. 2-1. Top of the order, Will Venable on deck. Has one of the 4 hits. Only 5 hits for the Phils. 3 of those in the first inning off starter Joe Whelan. 2 balls and a strike. And it levels off at 2-2. So the pitch count now up to 97. Probably Worley's last inning. And the Padres hoping they can force a premature exit here in the 7th inning. Get that run home. Contreras now appears to be ready if needed. Third time in the game the Padres have gotten that tying run to third base. Looped out of play just back of the dugout on the third base side, occupied by the Phillies.
You talked about getting in the kitchen of Mark Kotsay. He fought that pitch off nicely. It looked like Mark Kotsay asking Hunter Wendelstedt behind the plate, hey, if I would have taken that, would have been a strike? Hitters want to know. You know, they swing and foul it out of play. If taken, hey, would that have been a strike? So they get an idea of the strike zone.
First and third, 2 out. And he just does protect the outside corner and fouls that one off.
Yeah, Dick, you hit the nail right on the head. Protect the outside part of the plate. When you take a look at this swing, look at it's all upper body. He had his front foot planted, but just arms getting extended and trying to just follow it out of the plate to get another crack at it.
Worley's 100th throw. Ground ball, foul.
What in the Luke Appling is going on with Mark Kotsay? Old aches and pains. That was the book on Luke Appling. He could purposely foul off pitches till he got his pitch that he could put into play.
Story was, as the myth goes, that he was mad at the White Sox because they didn't give him the money he wants, so he took it out on them, fouling off all the balls. 2-2, 2 on, 2 out, 1-0 Phils. Down low, and the count goes full. That'll give Hudson a jump start at first, or he might score on an extra base hit. Low strike 3, and Kotsay doesn't agree. Wendelstedt punches him out. 11 strikeouts for Worley. And another Padre threat goes by the board. And Bud Black out to argue. Looked pretty good from that angle. On third, no one out. Alonso lines out. Baker takes strike 3, and Bartlett grounds out. So a leadoff triple goes a waste. Then in the fourth inning, the Padres got a couple of walks, but Baker grounded out. Still had another chance, first and third in the sixth inning, but Hermida struck out into a double play as Rollins throws in to his catcher Ruiz, and Will Venable unable to jar the ball loose on the collision at home plate. And Kotsay now with a runner at first and third takes strike 3, and Worley has his 11th strikeout, and the frustrated Padres remain scoreless tonight.
Very, very frustrating for everybody involved. Sure, Worley has thrown some good pitches. He's staying out of the heart of the plate. The Padres have had some great opportunities, haven't squared many balls up. And Buddy Black can just sit back and wait and hope that Andrew Kastner holds him to a run.
So the Padres unable to dodge the fact that they are the team that strikes out more than any in the major leagues, and it's been evident tonight with 11 strikeouts against Vance Worley. Bullpen remains busy for Philadelphia as Andrew Kastner comes in to pitch for the Padres here in the top of the 8th inning. He'll face the leadoff man Pierre, then Polanco and Rollins. Pierre been on base 3 straight times with a walk, an infield hit, and a triple. Scored the only run back in the first inning after the leadoff walk allowed by Joe Whelan. First one at 98. He has just consistently thrown the first pitch at 98 miles an hour. Look who's warming up for Philadelphia. Former Padre, Chad Qualls. Out of play. 2 strikes on Pierre. Looks as if Worley's night might be through as they have his pitching arm wrapped. Fly ball hit pretty well to right center field. Maven is over, makes the catch. 1 away. Qualls not signed by the Padres and is a free agent. Hooks on with the Philadelphia Phils. He was a workhorse last year out of the bullpen. For the most part did a solid job, but he did have some rough outings. One in particular against the Phils in Philadelphia. He gave up a big inning as the Phils came from behind to beat the Padres.
Well, he's getting hot down there as if he's going to be in the ball game. Worley had the arm wrapped. Looked like he was maybe in relaxed mode in the dugout.
1 strike on Polanco, single in 3 trips.
Judging by the way Qualls is throwing, I think it's his game. I think Worley's night is done.
Chopped off home plate. Kastner to Alonso for the second out. Well, tomorrow night, Cole Hamels, San Diego product, on the hill for the Phils. Always tough against the Padres. And he'll be opposed by Edinson Volquez, looking for his first Padre win. Game time, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock for Padres Live. Hamels a little bit bored with the lack of offense tonight. This game is running the course that is so familiar to last year.
It's like Groundhog Day.
It really is. Fly ball to right, directly to Hermida. A 1-2-3 inning. Andrew Kastner. Here come the Padres. They'll hit from the top of the order. Brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer. Look at our beautiful city from the island Coronado.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You know what that does? That puts a big smile, even in Petco Park. That puts a big smile on everybody's face living in this great city and being able to have this great venue called Petco Park. We are very fortunate.
Chad Qualls, 33-year-old veteran with the Padres last year, 77 games. He was 6-8. This is his 5th appearance for the Phils, yet to give up a run. Venable takes strike 1.
And if we remember, Chad Qualls, hard sinker, hard slider from the veteran right-hander.
He'll face his former teammates Venable, Maben, and Headley here in the last of the 8th inning. 1-0 Phils, 1-1. What a night for Vince Worley. 7 innings, shutout ball, 4 hits, 3 walks, and a career high 11 strikeouts for the ex-49er of Long Beach State. 1-2. Qualls grew up in the Southern California area, went to Narbonne High School, University of Nevada, Reno. Chop to the left side. Polanco on the run. And the Golden Glove third baseman makes the play. Twice a Golden Glover, including last year.
Very accurate on the run with that throw, Polanco. He's done it so many times. And it's nice as a pitcher when you look over and you see a third baseman like Placido Polanco flashing the leather.
So Qualls following the suit and the lead of Worley. Yet an outfield putout for the Phils tonight. It's all been strikeouts or groundouts and then one line drive to the third baseman. Amazing. Strike to Maben, who has struck out twice and sacrificed. Major Leagues honoring Jackie Robinson last Sunday, but Padres, of course, were on the road in Los Angeles, so Jackie Robinson's influence here with the YMCA named in his honor, saluting the great Jackie. And Maben's number, half of 42. Not half of 42. He's Woody Mays' number, 21, half of 42. And that reminds me of Eric Young, was up in Colorado saying that his dad wore 21 because he hoped he would be even half a man with Jackie Robinson.
Got it.
1-2. Off the head of the bat to the right side. Mayberry flips it to Qualls, and it's just in time to beat Maben. Another ground out.
No room for error on that play. That ball looked like it had a little funky English on it as well. Maybe off the end of the bat. Nice feed. Chad Qualls actually kind of got that one on the heel of the glove. As soon as that ball was struck to the right side, Chad Qualls knew the race was on, and just in time to get Cameron Maben.
That's a play Maben would have beaten out, but on his swing he was jammed so much it forced him backwards. He had a half step backwards before he could take off up the line. So 2 gone. Headley has struck out, walked, and singled. 3 home runs on the 6-game road trip. Facing his former teammate Chad Qualls. The attendance tonight, 17,573. 17573. One ball and 1 strike. It's an amazing run of success by the Phils against the Padres here at Petco. 22-4. And they've won 11 in a row in this ballpark. It's just amazing. Fans having a good time, but they'd enjoy it a lot more if Headley'd get a hold of one. Inside. Sometimes those sinkers don't sink, and Qualls did give up some home runs last year. 7 of them.
Remember the story this early in the season. Chase Headley going the opposite way. Maybe get something up and away and drive it that way.
3-1.
Not even close on the location. Qualls wanted that pitch down and away and missed up and in big time. Now the count in Chase's favor at 3-1.
Took the home run swing at a slider.
That's some pitching there. 3-1 count, fastball count. So what does Qualls do? He pulls the string on the slider down and in. Right over the top of it and out in front.
Ball 4. Headley a 2-out walk. Tying run is on here in the 8th inning. And Jeremy Hermida the batter. Hermida with that big triple to lead off the 2nd inning to right center field. But the Padres couldn't get him home. Yonder Alonso drilled a line drive, but right to Polanco for the first out. Baker struck out and Bartlett grounded out. And the best opportunity went awry. There goes the runner, Headley, and he's stolen second base. Now Headley is not blessed with great speed, but he picks his spots, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
And he caught Qualls off guard there, had a tremendous break. He stole that on the pitcher.
Leg kick. He is off and running. Good old-fashioned pop-up slide. Nicely done.
Second steal of the season for Headley. You notice he went in feet first, not head first. That's how he injured himself last year. So Hermida could tie it up with a single. 1-0 the count. Outside, well thrown and directed at 93. Yonder Alonso would be next. Hermida with a chance to tie it up. Headley, good lead at second. Outfield a shade toward left. The hole's in right center field where he tripled. 2-1. That fastball, a lot of movement.
Tremendous movement. And sometimes command can be an issue. You know, Chad Qualls' sinker moves so much that it's always out of the zone and it's tough to lay off. But if you can recognize it and it's down, lay off of it for a ball.
Swinging the ball well out of the strike zone. 2-2. Headley ready to roll. 2-2 on Hermida. Up the middle, but not hit very hard. Nice play by the second baseman, and the rookie Galvis throws him out. Well, the Padres get a man in scoring position again. Can't get him home, but it remains 1-0. my favorites. Take what's mine, dog. But they're not taking anything here. The Padres, they're taking a shutout from the Phils, and this is so deja vu. Last year, remember in April, the Phils came in for 4, and the scores were 3-0. Oswald pitched that one. 2-0, Hamels. Then an 11-inning game, 4-2. Blanton started that one.
Right.
And Halladay, a 3-1. The Padres got 3 runs, struck out 33 times in losing the 4 games. And here they go again, 1-0, 9th inning. Padres have struck out 11 times, and they've had chances, not many, but they could have gotten a run, actually 2 runs on and out, with a runner at third and 1 away. Here's Hunter Pence against Ernesto Frieri. Frieri in the 9th. Ball 1.
And be careful here. 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Phillies as Jonathan Papelbon heats up for the 9th.
Former Red Sox closer, now in the Phils uniform. All the way to the screen. 2-0.
This is where Ernesto has to keep the Phillies at 1 run. Even just giving up 1 run here in the 9th. Can't do that.
Victorino to follow. And then John Mayberry. High, 3-0. Fastball at 90. Looking ahead to the last of the 9th inning, it's Alonso, Baker, and Bartlett scheduled for San Diego.
Oh, you talk about driving the manager nuts.
4-pitch walk to Pence to lead off the 9th. You can follow the Padres on MLB.com at that 12 app. Your iPhone, your iPad, Android, or Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking. You get video highlights and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit Padres.com for details. Victorino, a single and 3 trips tonight. You know what I found out today? I didn't even know. I've got one of those iPad, iPhone things.
Sure.
That you can, and I have that MLB at Bat app.
I do too. I check it all the time.
But you know, you can get a whole game. You can watch a game when you're away from the ball. You can watch the telecast. But you can also, it's like a tape machine too. So that if you want to watch, say, tonight's game tomorrow morning, you can do that. I never knew that.
Technology is unbelievable, isn't it?
It's going to be great. Things I'm learning.
You know what would be great? A double play ball right here.
And we'll replay it if it happens. Live.
You know, it's interesting that leadoff walk here in the 9th. The only other walk issued by the Padres pitching staff this evening was
first inning
to lead off the game to Juan Pierre. He ended up scoring.
Just seems like it's more than 33% or 37% when you walk the leadoff man. Off speed in there. 2 strikes the count on the tough Shane Victorino. He singled in the first inning, and that loaded the bases after the run had scored. But Joe Whelan pitched out of it, only the single run, but it's been growing bigger and bigger through the game, and still a 1-0 Philly lead. There goes Pence, and a hit and run, perfectly executed. Pence will keep right on going to third as Victorino shot the ball right through the vacated spot left by Jason Bartlett covering second base. First and third, no one out. Victorino's second hit. Can't execute the hit and run any better than that.
You know, I think Victorino, if that pitch was well out of the zone, he may have been taking right there, but it was such an inviting pitch up and away, and he can see some movement on the infield, creating that hole. I mean, 0-2, he's getting up on top of that ball and putting it in play. Just perfectly placed.
So that forces the infield to come in to try to cut off the run at the plate. And John Mayberry, 0 for 3, popped up, flied out, and struck out as the hitter. There goes the runner Victorino, no throw. Infield playing in. There was no one even to cover second base, so Victorino takes it. See whether or not they give him a steal or whether that's just defensive indifference.
Well, if Alonso was holding him on, I would think that they would credit him with a stolen base.
They have. That is really a easy pilfer. That's his 6th stolen base of the season. He's among the National League leaders. Fouled into the glove of Baker. 0-2. If ever there was a time for a Frieri strikeout, or maybe even 2, this is it. Carlos Ruiz on deck. Strike out Mayberry. Could walk Ruiz. Set up the double play. Let's see how this 9th inning develops. Second and third, 1 out. No one out. And the ball gets away from Baker, and here comes Pence to score. Over to third goes Victorino. It's 2-0. Sounded like that one smacked off the shin guard of Baker.
It's got to be ruled a pass ball. Looked like a very catchable pitch for John Baker. Set up away. You know what? He's not having a conversation with Ernesto, so I don't think he was crossed up.
It is called a pass ball.
To me, if that happens.
Swung on and missed, and Mayberry goes down on strikes, but damage done. A walk, a hit and run single, a pass ball, and there's still a runner at third with only 1 out.
To me, if that happens and the catcher does not go out and talk to the pitcher saying, hey, you know what, I got crossed up there, we need to get our signals straight, but there was no conversation after that, so it looked like it was a very catchable pitch.
Just handcuffed him. He tried to backhand the ball, went off his shin guard. Ruiz, first ball hunting, fouls it away. He has grounded out twice and struck out tonight.
I don't know whether the ball cut on him.
Victorino stands at third with 1 out. Infield still in. And another foul. So Frieri ahead on the count. 2 strikes on Ruiz with Freddie Galvis, switch hitting infielder on deck. Big run. Big insurance run for the Phils. Now you want to hold them at 2. Hope you can get a base runner in the blast. Strike down the middle on 3 pitches. Ruiz sits down. He doesn't like the call. Let's plate umpire Windelstedt know it. A couple of strikeouts, Mayberry, and now Ruiz.
Oh, that's a strike. And I would say that if there was a Padre hitter up at the plate, that was a legitimate strike. Knee high, outside corner.
So the infield can move back to normal depth. Galvis has struck out, flied out, and popped up. Foul back.
You know, I hate to say it, but with the lack of offense tonight, that second run here in the 9th inning is like the wheels coming off almost, you know? It's just missed opportunities. Very frustrating for everybody.
Padre pitching has allowed 2 walks, both leadoff walks, both scored. 2-0 Philadelphia. 0-2. If Galvis keeps it alive, the pitcher spot next, and veteran Lance Nix, acquired in the offseason, played with the Senators last year, is on deck. For the Nationals. Fly ball lifted to left. Venable squeezes the final out, but an unearned run. Frieri, and Philadelphia leads 2-0 going to the bottom of the 9th. Charles Jr. stars of the game. Joe Whelan, 6 solid innings, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts for the 22-year-old rookie. And how about Vance Worley, the Phil's right-hander? He goes 7 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, and a career-high 11 strikeouts. The 2 starters, Whelan and Worley, are Carlos Jr. stars of the game. Now the closer, Jonathan Papelbon, the 4-time All-Star, now 31 years of age, with the Red Sox the last 7 seasons, and in relief 19 and 13 and a 3.05 ERA. Last year was 4-1, 2.94 ERA and 31 saves. He's saved in the last 6 years 35, 37, 41, 38, 37, 31. Alonso takes ball 1. He's lined out, walked, and grounded to short tonight.
Papelbon throwing a fastball, split, and a slider, mid-90s on that fastball.
Seeking his 4th save as a Phil.
Bringing the heater.
A 2-1, 93 on that fastball.
Well, he'll work underneath that pitch at times, and that fastball will end up in the zone. A lot of hitters will chase after that. Tough to get the top hand on top of that high fastball, and then he'll drop that split finger fastball on you.
Lanky 6'4" Papelbon. Fouled, and it's 2-2.
Rattles the cage at Ruiz.
Good old mask.
Yeah.
Yonder Alonso trying to get something started. Home half of the 9th, 2-0 Phils. 2 runs on 6 hits. 2 walks have become the 2 runs in this game. So Papelbon's thrown only 1 strike, but it's 2-2. And tails outside. Full count. The old cry going all the way back to Little League dugouts. Walks as good as a hit here. Ball 4. Leadoff man is on. And the tying run comes to the plate here in the 9th. Good job by Alonso. John Baker, 2 strikeouts and a groundout tonight. 8 saves blown in 2010, only 3 last year, as he saved 31. That unearned run in the top half of the 9th inning plays so big now. It takes away the sacrifice. Jason Bartlett on deck as the Padres are down in the bottom end of the order. Out of play. 1-1. Orlando Hudson in the hole. Ground ball, could be 2. There's 1. A double play. Now quickly the Padres are down to their final out, as Baker wraps into a room service double play. Jason Bartlett 0 for 2 with a walk tonight.
We saw a lot of fastballs up this point of the inning from Papelbon. That pitch down even sounded like it snapped the bat of Baker.
Did sound like a shattered bat.
And quick flip from Galvis at second base. Not even paying attention to the runner, feeding it to Rollins for the double play.
First pitch to Bartlett is wide. So the double play ball that bit the Padres in the Colorado series, especially that game 2. 4 double plays in that game. Couple tonight turned by the Phils. High strike, 1-1 to Bartlett. And the Padres down to their final strike as the Phils are that close to making it 12 straight wins at Petco. That breaks a mark set back in 1955 when they won 11 in a row at Forbes Field in Pittsburgh. About to make it 12 straight at Petco. Goodness. Bartlett could make the difference. Ooh, that was close to strike 3, and maybe only because it would have been a game ender did umpire Wendelstadt say, I want to see a good strike here to end the game. 2-2.
Papelbon breaking out the split finger fastball on that last pitch.
Ball looked like a strike. And the ball game is over. And wouldn't you know it, it ends on yet another strikeout. A dozen of those Padres commit tonight. Papelbon saves it. 2-0. The Phils have won 12 in a row at Petco. And stay tuned. Mike Pomerantz with a post-game Padres show. Mike, what do you have for us?